Hi everyone, my name's Kylie, and I wanted to do my art project on Cindy Sherman. She's a contemporary artist, and she was featured in our discussion boards. And I just really liked her work, and I wanted to see more of her art and then also learn more about her. And so, Cindy Sherman, she was born in 1954, and she's still alive today, so she's about 70 years old. And she was born in New Jersey, and she never strayed too far from New Jersey. She lives in New York right now and has like her whole life. But she attended Buffalo State College where she studied art in the early 70s and she graduated in 1976. And as I said, she's still in New York. She's working. She still creates art to this day actually. And I think that's super cool that she's never giving up what she loves. And I think it's cool that with art you like never have to retire. You can keep on doing it. And she has many galleries and like art exhibits all across the world. Some of the locations are New York, Germany, Athens, Hong Kong, just to name a few of them. To further discuss her career, her biggest work is the Untitled Film Stills. This is the big project that was in our forum post, and it is 70 images that explore the archetypes and stereotypes of women, and again, it's her best known work, and it draws from like old TV and media from like the 50s. And she, in all her work, it's about how we can present ourselves one way, but we can shape ourselves to be whomever we want. And here's a quote by her. It says, "I wish I could treat every day as Halloween and get dressed up and go out into the world as some eccentric character." And I think that's so fun because as we get older, we tend to not dress up for Halloween, but she's been dressing up like her whole life. And she's 70, so I know that she knows how to have fun. But again, in her work, she explores stereotypes, but she also uses like prosthetics and special effects to create like the uglier versions of herself. And some of her work is very different from the Untitled Film Stills. And most of her work is actually untitled. Like I don't think she has any work that is actually like has a title on it. But here is a quote by critic Douglas Crimp that I found in our textbook. "Sherman as a person is literally self-created in these works. Her self is therefore understood as contingent upon the possibilities provided by the culture in which Sherman participates, not by some inner impulse. As such, her photographs reverse the terms of art and autobiography. They use art not to reveal the artist's true self, but to show the self as an imaginary construct. There is no real Cindy Sherman in these photographs. There is only the guises she assumes, and she does not create these guises. She simply chooses them in a way that any of us do." And I think that like perfectly describes her work. It's not her in the photo, it's like her different characters and personalities, her different personas. And I think she would have made like a great actress if it wasn't something that she was also like making fun of and protesting in her work. And I think that if she was like my age, she would have loved Instagram. I really think it would have been like her favorite place to be. Okay, now we're going to jump into some of her artwork, and just to forewarn you, there are very like opposite end spectrums of her art. Like some of them I featured some from the Untitled Film Stills, and some are they're the more like recent ones, but they're very different. So just keep that in mind because some of them are very classy and some of them are just weird. But here is our first one that I wanted to feature. It's Untitled from 2016. And this one reminds me of the awkward JCPenney pictures that were trending on social media a little while ago. Because as you can see, it's like an older looking picture. The clothing is older, the hairstyles are older, the glasses, nobody wears glasses like that really anymore. But it just has like an awkward feel to it. And in the middle, there's like a mother figure. And it's almost like the mother and the daughters, because they're all Cindy Sherman, and so they all like look the same. But it's also like they're each carbon copies of their mother except for like the hair, because they each have glasses. All the daughters are wearing the same thing. And I feel like this one kind of says we like grow up to be our mothers in a way. And this one is one of my favorite pictures. because, again, it's from her Untitled Film Stills, and I just really like all of her black and white photos, honestly. But this is Untitled Film Still number 21 from 1978, and it's a girl in the city, and everything's kind of up for interpretation, but she has like some judgmental look on her face, like there's tension around, and it's almost like she's judging somebody off in the distance, or she's judging like the city and her surroundings. And it's, to me, I feel like it's like she's out on her own and she's challenging the man, because most of Cindy Sherman's work is about breaking stereotypes or making fun of stereotypes. This is one of her Untitled's from 2005, and as you can probably see, this picture is very, very different from the other ones. It's very strange, and at first I was like, what is this? And because it's not something that I expected from her, because of my first impression from the Untitled Film Stills. But to me, it's like she's poking fun at women, almost saying like women are clowns, but that's not quite what she's saying. I feel like what she's saying is she's poking fun at the sexualization of women, hence the fake breasts and the makeup. And it's almost like saying, like clowns, women are also entertainers. And again, she's poking fun at those stereotypes and helping to break those stereotypes. This is Untitled Film Still number 6 from 1977. And again, this one kind of explores the appeal of women. And it's a more intimate side, as you can tell, like she's in bed, but she has a more innocent gaze on her face. And it's like she's playing a part. And something that I also noticed, if you look next to her, you can see the cord from her camera. And it's just interesting to see that she left that in there, like she didn't try to cover it up or anything. And I feel like that adds to it, because it helps add to the part, or to the thing that she's playing a part. Okay, and here's an Untitled from 2000, and this one feels very ironic to me, because the makeup is very exaggerated. It's almost clown-like, but not really. Like, as you can see, her eyes are very red, very bright under here, very dark lids, exaggerated eyebrows. As you can tell, those are not where her real eyebrows are. But her hair is long and beautiful. She has well done nails, beautiful jewelry. But her outfit is also like a mix of a nice top and what looks to be athletic shorts to me. And her expression, she just seems unimpressed, like she's bored, she doesn't want to be there. And all the details are very loud, like hence the makeup, the pink sunglasses, the pink top. It just gives a very loud feel. And it's almost like she's uncomfortable. She doesn't want to be wherever she's at. Here's Untitled Film Still number 26 from 1979. And this one, I really like this one too. It's kind of different from her other ones, because it's not really showing like the beauty of women. This one is more about like distress. It gives like horror film vibes. And it's like the damsel in distress. We can see that she's like holding her hands up to her face. She's struggling with something. She saw something that she didn't want to see. It shows that she's more vulnerable and more emotional. And she has messier hair and like a plain gown. As you can see, she's not dressed up, and so it's not really about exploring the female beauty stereotypes. It's about the vulnerability of women. This is Untitled number 446 from 2008, and as you can tell, it's very different from all the other ones we've seen. There's no clowns. It's not black and white. It shows a very elegant and older woman, and she looks very rich and wealthy from her dress, her jewelry, and the background of the photo. And this explores like the stereotypes of status and class, not just like feminine roles. And I feel like it also shows the beauty in aging, because she looks like she aged very gracefully, and that's something very cool to see. And as I was investigating this and doing like a little bit of research, others thought that it was like she was putting on a wealthy front, And that reminded me of social media. Like, what you see on social media is rarely like the whole truth. And so she may be displaying that she's wealthy, but maybe she's actually not, and she's just playing the part. This is Untitled Film Still number 56 from 1980, and I really like this one too. It feels very, very deep, and she looks like she's solemnly gazing into the mirror, but she could be doing a number of things. She might be nitpicking her appearance, plotting something, or questioning everything. The possibilities are endless for that. And she could be confronting something within, something with herself. And I feel like gazing into the mirror is something that many people do just to compose themselves or to think deeply. And this may even be exploring the stereotype of women being vain, but I personally don't feel like that is the case for this one. Here is another one of her untitled works, and as you can tell, this one is very different. It doesn't seem to be feminine at all. It feels very more masculine, I would say. And to me, it's very unsettling. Like, look on their face, just the way they're sitting there, it feels very disturbing. But I think that this picture explores insecurities and like the fact that we all like put on our makeup, we put on our best face, and so like they have like their big nose, the unkempt hair, they're all dirty, like they haven't showered. And again, I think this explores insecurities because it's like they don't have themselves together right now, and I think that's a part of the exhausted look on their face. But here are my sources. Thank you so much for watching, and I really hope that you enjoyed learning more about Cindy Sherman and her work and the messages of her work, and I hope you may continue to look at more of her work and decide for yourself what you think.